LA niggas be the craziest. These niggas do some shady shit. Niggas will run up on your car, catch you off guard like the Lil Wayne and Baby shit. 40, I'm fucked up.
Alright, so here we kind of see a two-part problem, so we're going to evaluate both of these integrals. So let's start with part A. So we have the integral of 1 over cube root of x and then dx. So what I'm going to do is actually rewrite this as x to the negative 1 over 3 power. That way we can use the power rule for integrals, right? So this is our n. So what we're going to do to integrate this is add a 1, a whole positive 1 to that exponent. So when we add negative 1 over 3 plus 3 over 3, which is equal to 1, we get a positive 2 over 3. And then what we have to do is flip that guy and put it in front. So we're going to have a 3 over 2 in front. Okay, so we have something like that, and then we have to add our plus c in. So that's going to be the answer. The integral of 1 over cube root of x dx is going to be equal to 3 over 2 times x to the 2/3 power, and then plus our c because we're dealing with an indefinite integral. Okay, now on to part B. So part B gives us the integral of secant squared of 7 minus 3 theta d theta. So here we see something where our variables are not x, but it's theta, so we just treat it like a variable, like normal, okay? So what we're going to do is integrate. See how here our function is actually, it's a composite function, right? So our outer function is secant squared, but the inner function is this thing, okay? And here's where this is like a special case, right? This is actually, we could rewrite that as negative 3 theta plus 7 on the inside, right? So this is kind of in the form of kx plus b, right? Because we have this constant, which is the 7. We have a variable, which is now theta, and we have something in front, that coefficient, which is a negative 3. So what that means, because we have this inside part here that's a little bit more complicated than just theta or something, what we're going to do is we have to add a 1 over whatever the coefficient of our variable was. So that would be our negative 3. So what we're going to have to do is add in that factor of 1 over negative 3 in there at the end, okay? So that's what we're going to do when we integrate, but let's go back to our original problem. So we have integral of secant squared of 7 minus 3 theta d theta. Okay, so what we're going to do is integrate the outer function like normal, okay? So the outer function is basically secant squared of something, so our integral of that, our antiderivative, is tangent of that something. So 7 minus 3 theta. Okay, and then we have our plus c, of course, and because of the inside is a little bit more complicated, we're going to take that coefficient, like I was mentioning before, and we're going to stick it on the bottom of a fraction, right in front there. Okay, that's like our 1 over k, okay? Alright, and that's basically it. Now we can check this one. So this is the answer to our second one, and I'll check it on the next slide. So what we ended up with was a negative 1 over 3 times tangent of 7 minus 3 theta, and then plus our c. So if we differentiate with respect to theta of all of this that we see here, tangent 7 minus 3 theta plus c, what we're going to get is, so we have that negative 1 over 3 just sitting in front. We're going to differentiate the outer function first, so that gives us secant squared of whatever is inside. And according to the chain rule, we also have to differentiate the inner function. So we're going to say, we're going to pull out that negative 3. Because that's the coefficient on our variable, right? And the c just goes away, that goes to 0. So here we see how the negative 1 over 3 and the negative 3 cancel to make a 1. So we just simply get secant squared of 7 minus 3 theta, which was what we started with inside the integrand. Remember? Okay, so that's it. We checked our answer on that problem.
All I ever asked is one. Thank me later, thanks for nothing, thanks for bluffing. Thank you so much for wearing your